Thanks for joining me and Christoph for another live get-together. How are you doing? All right?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Good.
I think everyone is happy after, the Christmas season and New Year. So, Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, Happy New Year to everybody.
We have a special beers today. Definitely special.
We-
From Not Brewing, we have a triple IPA, 10%, and it's a special one, 6 times around the sun for the 6th anniversary. So yeah, they are with us 6 years already.
Wow.
So there's the beer to celebrate 6th birthday of the brewery.
I love their branding. I really do like their branding.
Oh yeah, they have a label, always confusing because you have to search for the name on the back.
Yeah. I can probably count on one hand how many triple IPAs that I've had. It's probably a style that I don't appreciate enough. I've had a real belting one, and then I've had a few where they've been really boozy, and it's put me off a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see if North have done a fantastic job of hiding that massive 10% ABV. But that's the first one up.
Yeah. And then we will have a barley wine, Not Brewing in collaboration with Good Things Brewing from the south.
Again, another cracking can.
Yeah, so this is nice. Well, this will be interesting, and I hope I didn't had any bad barley wine before, so should be all right.
Right, I'm just going to say hello to. There's a few people that have just rocked up in the comments, Christoph. So I'm going to say hello, Kenny. Thomas says hi, guys, and then Kev, hello, beer drinkers. Right, so we're going to get into our first beer, triple IPA from North.
Yeah, so interesting design first, and then in ingredients we have water, barley, hops, and hops are nice. Idaho 7, Strata, Columbus, and then we have East. So it's nice.
Good lineup.
Yeah, so it should be all right.
Right, I've pulled the ring, mate, so I'm going to pour.
Okay. It's nice and hoppy.
Oh, it's poured lovely. Again, I'm going to go. What I tend to use with that, it's like chicken stock in the glass. Really, it's proper dense.
Oh yes.
That's a lovely 2 and a bit finger hairs, just slightly off one.
But it's so fluffy. This head,
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
Mostly medium bubbles, but it looks all right.
Oh yeah, let's get a nose.
And aroma is so nice. Lots of fruits, a little bit of
mango-y
pine.
sort of.
Oh yeah, mango, papaya, exotic fruits, and pine.
I'm not really picking much pine up, but I'll run with it with them fruits that you've just reeled off, like tropical. It's a proper full-on bombardment of tropical. I'm gonna say it's more mango for me, but there's something else. Well, there's loads of other fruits behind that because it's really.
But it's very juicy and they're full of aroma.
Yeah, that's lovely. That is. Mark Jones, Happy New Year, guys. Had a pint of North Sputnik in my local shop.
The nice
local
one.
Bottle shop on New Year's Eve. That's good stuff. Kev C, I want one. Mark Jones, what's the ABV on that bad boy? 10%, Mark.
Yeah, both are.
Both session beers tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, it smells lovely. It smells really lovely. I think we should dive in, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you, Christoph.
It's nice, refreshing.
Where's the booze?
Easy drinking, refreshing, juicy.
Creamy.
Yeah, nice body. Definitely, it's not too thick. You have a little bit of warming sensation later in the throat, but there's no like alcohol taste or anything like this. No.
I'm not getting any booze from it whatsoever, Christoph. It's reminiscent for something double IPA and under for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone just gave you that and said, "There you go," you'd probably say double IPA, wouldn't you? You'd never go triple.
Yeah, and it's nice, juicy, lots of pineapple in it.
Yeah,
Pineapple. It's also
very soft body to it. Very soft body.
Maybe a little bit of banana as well.
There's not a great deal of bitterness in there, so for me, it's pretty much juice forward.
Yeah. And you know what? After a few sips, you have a bitterness, which is herbal. It's not straightforward because first you just have juice, nothing else.
Yeah.
Lots of nice juicy exotic fruits, pineapple, mango. Everything is there. There's no bitterness at all. Right?
No.
And then after some time, you have a bitterness. It's not quite low, but it's there.
I've just got that lingering. I mean, it's a proper onslaught of like tropical, salivating sort of mouthfeel experience to it. And then on the back end, you get sort of like it's that lingering oaty creaminess.
Yeah.
But it's really bloody smooth.
For triple IPA, it's just so sessionable.
It's a real good. You can just tell it's a well-made beer. Really, I'm getting no alcohol burn. That was the only fear that I had with it. Is it was just getting that alcohol burn from it. But they've done a fantastic job of hiding it. They really have. That's a really good triple.
Yeah, very dangerous beer.
Very. I'll just go back onto the comments again. Evening, gents. All the best. Big old beer. Yes, it is. Yeah. Certainly is, mate. Jacob B. Hello, Jake. How you doing, mate? Evening, guys. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Couple of big beers for you. Yes, yeah. A couple of little session beers tonight. Care of the lovely man, Christoph, returning the favour from our Christmas live. Someone's no, I've got a couple of. I'm dog sitting. The wife's got a few work friends over in the kitchen, and I think one of them's a bit afraid of the dogs, and I've had to. She's palmed them off on me, so they're sulking at the moment, wanting to go out. Hello, Thomas. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
Please like and share. Dog in the house. 2. And then Chris is B. Hello, Chris. How you doing, mate? Evening, gents. Happy New Year to everyone.
So it looks like it will be lots of toasts.
Stop sulking.
Yeah, you know what? This is good occasions. So yeah,
definitely. I hope everyone had a really good New Year.
So easy drinking, you know, fantastic.
Yeah, it's the beauty of all this sort of modern beer, isn't it? The way that they can just hide that ABV. It's a science in itself. It really is. You only have to go back to sort of like the 90s where it was these really super strong. I'm gonna have to get these dogs out, mate. Do mine up to. She can deal with them. Go on out. Go on. You have to bark at her friends. Can't be done with that all night, moaning and whining. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, back in the 90s with these super strength lagers that we were all familiar with. And it was, you opened it, you drunk it, and that alcohol bite in there, it was there. And then when you've got people knocking beers out like this, where it's not really in there, it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's true. So one of the strongest lagers that we had together, it was Van Pour, 10%.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a beautiful beer, gentle, almost like barley wine in aroma and taste. No alcohol whatsoever with 10%. It was so easy drinking. Yeah.
I just even to this day, I mean, doing this for what this is 6 years tomorrow, I think. 3rd I started, 2016, Jan the 3rd, and it still baffles me to this day when I get presented with a beer like this. How amazing! I'm still amazed by it, and I think that's a good thing in a way, really, isn't it? Because the way beer takes you on that journey where you're constantly excited about trying new stuff, and it just surprises me. It surprises me to this day where it's remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, you still have a passion for it, so this is a good thing.
Oh, definitely. I have my ups and downs, but normally I'm sort of G'd up for it. And when you get good beer like this, you lose yourself in the moment.
You know what? It just instantly boosts your mood.
Yeah. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about good beer. Just opened the triple IPA from Beer Hut. How's it? Is it all right? You enjoying it? Who let the dogs out? What? I'm going to swear I'm having a Brewdog Punk IPA. That's all right. That floats your boat, mate. It floats your boat.
You know what? The Punk IPA, it's not a bad beer. Everyone is just complaining that it lost so much of the quality from the first brew. If it stayed the same how it was, probably no one would complain. But you can see the difference, what's now and how it used to be.
Yeah. We've had this discussion before in other lives, and it's I think I raised an issue regarding that beer where there's an entire generation that only know the punk as it is now and not what it was before. So they're none the wiser. You can shout and scream till you're blue in the face that the beer that it was before was far more superior. But they're never going to relate to it because they don't know. And just how it is now.
Actually, you know what? The Brewdog's Punk IPA, it was one of the first craft beers available, and it was change in your reception. You could see the beer a different way from this point, and it was when we started our channels just before.
Yeah, that's scary when you think about it like that. Oh, dear me, yeah.
You know what? This beer has a special history. Carlsberg Special, started as a noble beer to celebrate Churchill's visit to Copenhagen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they brewed a special beer for him with the hint of his special drink, cognac. Right? So that's why it was so strong and had alcoholic whiff, especially for him. Right? And then over the years it was worse and worse and worse, and now we lost few percentage of ABV from this beer, and it just looks like average strong lager, nothing else.
Yeah.
So it's the same story as with Punk IPA. Was something special, but now no.
Hello, Barry, mate. How you doing? Dino, best beer. I went with the Death Star 2. That was my pick of 21. Supermarket beers go.
Yeah, I was moved by Vocation and Imperial Kirsch. This was fantastic.
We've had a pretty good year, haven't we? 2021 was a pretty good year for Imperials.
Yes, it was lots of good beers in supermarkets.
Yeah, and it's good to see that momentum carry on with hopefully 2 or 3 refreshes on the shelves for this year would be
hopefully
good. Yeah, so it just doesn't stagnate, and you've got that constant trickle, something to look forward to, something new on the shelf. Maybe a new brewery could be slotted in somewhere along the scene.
Yeah, you know what? I think even Hombargen started to display their own beers, so this is interesting. And you have a huge range, from stouts to lagers and pale ales, IPAs. Everything is there with their own brand.
Yeah. Just cracked a beer called Staring at the Sun Sour Nitro beer from Lervig. It's a bit mad. Lervig, they're quality outfit. They are, though. Lervig.
Oh, yeah.
They make some fantastic beers. Happy New Year, Chris, mate. Hope you're feeling better. I think he's on the mend now. Is Chris? Never tried Punk IPA before. Just got into craft beer in the last year. Well, there you go. Then there's a prime example. Completely none the wiser. He takes Punk for what it is now. But yeah, enjoy it all the same, mate. Enjoy it all the same. It's really nice. Can't get any of the 10%. That's good then. It makes it more drinkable, doesn't it? And
yeah.
That's the trouble, though, isn't it? Because you know that you're drinking a 10% triple IPA. That's been put into the memory banks. But when you're drinking it, you forget it's 10% ABV because it just does not drink like it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sure that you will realize how strong it was after finishing the can.
Oh yeah, it'll catch up with me. It always does. I'll be halfway into that barley wine next up, and it'll be a bit. Here we go. It's kicking in. but for now, it's just I'm just enjoying the moment. It's lovely. Won't touch Punk anymore. Give me a can of Faith from the soup. Yeah, Faith's good.
Yeah, Faith is good. Yes.
Yeah, Faith is really good.
You know what? You have so many different Faiths, from Monk's Brewery, with this slightly different touch.
Yeah, it's like special editions, isn't it? Where they which does again, it's good. It's just
they have up a little bit. Base beer and just playing with this a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think there's been Brewdog have played about with a few of their variations, haven't they?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Still enjoying Salita here. Not. Oh no. I did watch your video, Barry, and I could see you were struggling a little bit, mate, when you were reviewing it. Bless you. So you'd be glad to get back over here, mate, and have some decent stuff, I think. There's a salted caramel out of one of the gift packs.
Oh
yeah, I know you've mentioned that before. Have you tried it, Christoph?
I'm not. Yes, I think so. Yes, but I think the salted caramel, it was like a very popular taste last year. It was quite a few beers, just
Yeah,
salted caramel.
yeah. I had a few Imperials with that salted caramel spin on it as well. It seemed to be gathering a little bit of momentum with brewers. They were playing about with it. I've had some really good ones, to be fair. The salt's not too overpowering as well. It just I don't know. It just takes the edge off that sweetness a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is the paradox when you add a little bit of salt to the sugar is sweeter. So that's why you should add a little bit of salt to your pancakes. They will be much nicer.
Good man. Good man. Good to hear. Good to hear. Simo's in. How you doing, Simo? Evening, gents. He's
doing
got
very
it.
well.
Here he is. Here he is. Evening, chaps. Can't stay as I'm having a night. That's all right, mate. No worries. God bless you. Simo, the beer drinker. I bet he's glad to see the back of that bloody tiny Rebel Advent thing. Anyway, I bet that's a sure fact. Happy New Year, Kev.
Happy New Year.
And spoons, no doubt, Baz. Spoons. I've got a Turning Point, Heavy Dreams, Barley Wine sitting here begging for me to open.
It's called Temptation.
And talking of barley wines, I think, shall we?
Yeah. Why
go down the rabbit hole of barley wine?
Yeah. So here it is. Barley wine. You know what? I was a little bit confused when I was ordering this beer because it was saying not brewing, good things barley wine. So I thought it's the name of the beer, Good Things. But no, actually, Good Things Brewing, it's a partner in this collaboration. So we have North Brewing and Good Things Brewing from the south. It's even souther than London.
Eastbourne, wasn't it?
Brewery, unfortunately.
Eastbourne.
Yeah, on the way to
on the way to Eastbourne.
Somewhere in the middle of the way between London and something like this. So I've just checked the website, and they have very sad news. I will just read it. We are sad to say that Good Things Brewing Corporation is out of action after being struck by lightning and our much-loved 17th century home being burned to ground. We are waiting on our insurance company to understand how we bring the building back to life. Thank you to everyone that has supported us through buying our beer and thus our GoFundMe page. We will be in touch again very soon. So they are out of action. And we just had the thoughts that North Brewing is helping a little bit of Good Things Brewing, having such a nice collaboration.
Yeah. Seeing as their premises are out of action, I reckon that's the conclusion, isn't it? Where a few of their friends in the brewing industry have said, well, come over to our place and we'll brew a beer, which is good. It's a new brewery to me as well. I hadn't heard of them before. So if any guys in the chats that are familiar with Good Things Brewing Co. and you've had any of their beers before in the past, drop us a message down below.
Okay, so let's see what's inside the nice can.
Yeah.
Like always, not the brewing is a very, very artistic label.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I think they've won awards in the past before, North, for their branding. I forget who the guy's name is now.
You can recognize the style on the shelves, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, even in the supermarkets, when you've got like Abstract Lens and Lost Cosmonauts, they just, I don't know, they just stand out to me, and they're fantastic beers as well.
Ah, nice color, like a slightly reddish amber.
Yeah.
Nice, small head, but looks
I've got about
nice.
a big finger on mine.
Oh, fruity.
Yes, yeah.
Little bit of caramel, but mostly like a malty, bready. Nice.
I want to say maybe like a little bit. I don't know why I'm thinking woody, sort of slightly woody.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, nice little fruit bag again.
A little bit of like slight spiciness. Apple.
It's got an inviting smell anyway, all the same, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's lots of different things.
Just before we do dive in, mate, I'll just go through the comments again. Booed my beer today. Fuck knows what. Oh yeah. But anybody don't know, Scott's actually he's got a Punk IPA homebrew kit, and he's started doing it now. So good luck to him.
Oh yes. Yeah, you know what? He should like compare his brew with the with the original.
That's not the first time he's been called that. I always call him Rafa.
Well, not only you. I was mistaken for him even in Bamberg Castle when I was on a trip. You know, one of the staff asked me, excuse me, are you in Newcastle manager? No, I would like to be.
Yeah. I'd play along with it. I would. I'd milk it. Oh dear, that's not good. Drinking water tonight. A yearly checkup tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, we will, Kenny, mate. We will.
We will think about you.
Right, let's dive in. Once again, cheers, Christoph.
Cheers. So smooth.
It's a little bit like a quad for me.
There's lots of going on in this beer, even more than in aroma.
A little bit rum and raisin sort of thing in there.
But it's like slightly tart on the end. Maybe a little bit of blackcurrant.
It's very syrupy, oily, syrupy.
Yeah, it has a nice texture, yes. But it's very smooth.
Would you go to 10% again though, Christoph?
It's closer. Definitely the triple IPA was much juicier, lighter.
Yeah.
But no, there's no alcohol in the taste at all.
It's lovely. It's like almost like burnt sugar sort of profile in there, along with that syrupiness.
Yeah. And you have like burnt crust, some burning notes in the end. But also it's like a refreshing, juicy fruitiness, a little bit. That's why I was thinking about blackcurrant.
That's all down to the mouthfeel as well, isn't it? Because it's quite even though you've got a richness of flavour in there, and quite again a busy beer. There's lots going on with it. the mouthfeel is very light-bodied, isn't it? It's not a heavy sort of mouthfeel.
No. Very interesting. Definitely, it's worth to try. You can spend whole evening just to finding those little notes in this beer. It's really complex and enjoyable. Oh, lucky you. Nicole.
I was moaning about alcoholics, but yeah, just a little bit. Saying hello to Kev. Cheers, Scott. Too many stouts with salted caramel or too sweet. Vocations wasn't.
Yeah, it is hard to find the true balance, because if you have a caramel, it will be sweeter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything
adjunct heavy
more sweeter.
Yeah. It depends if you're just having the one beer, then something like that would come into play in the evening, wouldn't it? After you've had something to, you've had a nice tea, maybe have a can of that just to finish things off with for the evening. Beers like that, I wouldn't. If I was having a session, then I'd have a few and mix it up a little bit, and then finish off with something like that at the end of the session, maybe, because of the sweetness in there. You don't want that sickly sweet sort of thing hanging around all the time. But a good beer to end on. Was watching Blue Van Man's latest vlog. He was drinking the 67.5 beer pack. Oh, the Brewdog. Oh, who's it? Who else is it? It's a German brewery, isn't it?
Yeah. But they were contested that it wasn't natural process. They added a little bit of spirit.
I didn't know the lowdown on that. And
the strongest that I had, it was Sinking the Bismarck from Brewdog. And for me, it was just tasting as cognac.
Okay.
So, but
it separates itself from beer, then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got that beers of that high ABV, it detaches itself from beer, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously they've done it by the freezing the beer and then taking ice out, so you have much less water in the beer. That's why it's stronger.
Looks like the ice bock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it Schneiderweiss, isn't it, with their ice bock?
Mm-hmm.
I've got an 11% barley wine sat in the other room. It's a Daya and Boxcar called Crocodile King. Yes, I've. Who reviewed that? I did see a review of somebody do that a while back. It might have been Raggy, actually. Raggy might have reviewed that. It's a long time since I drank barley wine.
Well, unfortunately, it's not a very popular style. You can treat it as the treat, really, because it's rare when you can find it, and then it's so strong usually that you need to have sit back and relax and enjoy. That's the only way.
It's a funny kind of style, and again, a handful at best of a barley wine. It's a kind of mashup between a Belgian quad and an ESB in a weird sort of way, because you've got plenty of malt in there.
Yeah,
you've got dark fruits like raisins and figs. It's a weird one. It's a weird style barley wine. It's hard to get your head around. I think it's a little bit Marmitey as well. You either like it or you won't.
No, I don't think that anyone would not like it.
It's delicious. To be fair, both beers are really, really delicious.
Yeah.
Simo, knock the wall down. Sure, my gran used to drink barley wine when she was. Yes, my old gran did and all. Yeah, the gold label stuff. Banks's, wasn't it? Is it Banks's gold label? I don't even think they make it anymore. I don't know. They might be still knocking it around. Mark, you're right. It's great that so many breweries are producing barley wines. There's been a few I have noticed when I've been scouting about online, looking about different companies and stuff. There's always been a few barley wines knocking around. So maybe it's the time of year to sort of like substitute it, I guess, for an imperial stout. If you're all sort of washed out on them sort of flavors.
Yeah, you know what? I think the barley wine is easier to produce than imperial stout, because the stout have to like stay in barrels for longer.
Yeah,
this is my impression.
Yeah, I know you're a really big fan of barley wine, aren't you? Because I know, way back, I think we did a few lives with Brother Stu Mostov, didn't we? Where they did some barley wine collaborations.
Yeah, and it was unusual because it was a wheat one.
Yeah, wheat wine, was it? Wheat wine.
Yeah.
I thought as well. I thought you looked like Max from Max and Paddy. Thanks. It's just my regular checkup. I'm not expecting any problems. Good stuff, mate. Fingers crossed for you. Yes, it can. I had a barley wine, a Vocation Triple Red. It was like a barley wine and IPA mixed together. It was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Vocation makes some good beers as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think with not every reviewer out there, but there's been a few beer reviewers that have had their sort of like beers of the year, and they've praised breweries that have been in the supermarkets. These have maybe been a little bit under the radar a little bit with the likes of Northern Monk and Vocation.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they're making like a good, strong presence in Tesco. You know.
Yeah. Lost Cosmonauts cemented it for me when that was first released. Was that 2020? I don't know. I can't remember when that even came out. But when it did come out, it was a standout beer at the time, and it still managed to keep itself on the shelves. Yeah, it must be doing something.
That's well, you know, it's good.
We're up to date on comments, which is good. Yeah, I mean, it's for the abstract lens as well that's in Tesco's, which was a collab, wasn't it? I forget who it was with now. I thought that was equally a decent. I think it was a double dry up IPA. Not as strong, or it might. I don't know if it's the other way around. I don't know if Lost Cosmonauts is stronger than Abstract Lens or not, but equally two fantastic beers, two really good beers.
Really nice.
I just love how smooth it is for both beers as well. To be fair, it's that soft, that really soft mouthfeel.
Yeah, both are very easy drinking and very dangerous.
I'm going to run with that basis of quadruple stroke English strong ale, because you get that hints of almost fruitcake in there a little bit, don't you?
Yeah,
well,
it's quite fruity, yeah. And I think they used quite nice hop. How it's called? Where is it? Bullion.
Oh, brilliant.
Bullion hops. Yeah. So that's yes, I've got it. That's why I've got the blackcurrant notes, because Bullion is giving the blackcurrant.
Okay. What else is in it?
Well, there's mostly malty beer.
Bullion, leaf hops, and yeast.
They used Golden Promise, Chevalier, and Red Crystal malts, and then English Bullion hops. But also, yeah, there's barley, wheat, and oats. So they used everything what's possible to make this body quite smooth, delicate, and also rich. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it has got a nice richness about it. This one, I mean, both beers are quite hidden on ABV, but I think this one is a little bit more with the flavour profile that's going on in this beer. It's a little bit more take your time sort of vibe to it.
Yeah, you have much more, but everything is on like almost equal levels. So you need to like take time to pick up those flavors.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'll just go back to the triple.
And look how refreshing and easy drinking it is.
That's like that resets the palate a little bit, doesn't it, with that sort of fruit bomb thing. Yeah, when you have a sip of this after drinking that feels really, really heavy.
But it's not.
But it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Definitely not like for
barley wine. This is so fruity and smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a palate cleanser. Oh, cracking. Absolutely cracking. You look like you're drinking a cognac, Christoph. The warming feeling look.
Yes, it is the same feeling, you know.
Ted Slaughter. How you doing, Ted? Hope you had a good New Year, mate. Barley wines often improves with a few months of aging, I found.
Well, yes, if they are in barrels, not in cans. But yeah, there's no problem with keeping them for a long time.
No. It'd hold up quite well in a can, wouldn't it? Packaged on 19th of the 2nd, 21, is that?
Yes.
So it's got a bit of age on it then, hasn't
it? Yeah, but it's best before 23.
Yeah, 19th of the 12th, 23.
Well, they are, very like cautious, it's you can keep it for years and years.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, hoppiness will die out, really.
You get more of that. I think if you age that, you get more of that sort of stickiness to it.
Yeah, it will be more honey,
syrupy sort of intensity to it.
Yeah. But that's not a problem to keep it longer.
I mean, it's drinking lovely now as it is.
Yeah. But don't keep IPAs too long. They have to be drunk fresh. Fresher than better.
Have you ever tried a 10-year out-of-date beer, Dean? I wouldn't. No, I don't. 10 years. No. I wouldn't say I have.
Well, I have Żywiec Porter waiting for me. It has 6 years now.
What's the ABV on that?
9% or something.
Okay.
I can't remember how it was because they're changing everything, but yeah, it should be fine. So maybe I will open it on 10 years of channel. Who knows?
I mean,
You have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, regarding Mark's question now about like beers that are really like years and years out of date. It's all down to ABV at the end of the day, Mark. If you've got a high strength beer, you can put them up all day long and they'll keep. It's like if you were to get a bloody, I don't know, a bottle of Pilsner Urquell and stick it on the shelf and leave it for 10 years, it'd probably taste absolutely vile. So yeah, I mean, anything with a good ABV and a dark beer, put it up and forget about it, and it tends to mature and get better and better.
Well, I'm sure that even a Pilsner Urquell, but nicely hidden in a cellar for 10 years, would be drinkable. Of course, it will not be hoppy because the hops would just decimate. But
yeah,
but it will be like a nice malty beer, and that's it. With a little bit of honey, maybe some plums, fruitiness, something like this. But yeah, no hoppiness left.
That'd go off for the first year, wouldn't it? Seen on a YouTube channel, a couple of lads were trying out of date beers and foods, mixed results. Oh, out of date foods. Again, it depends how long though.
Well, it depends what they're trying. I was watching a guy who was trying, the MREs, and the oldest he had from the Second World War. So it was just a few things that was eatable, but yeah, still eatable. And the best of the Russians from the Second World War were cigarettes. They were fantastic.
Okay. I know Harry from Blue Nose Beer Reviews. He bought, this is probably going back about 2 or 3 years. I know he bought a job lot of beers off the internet. I don't know if it was eBay or not, and they were like old bottles of English beer, like bitters and stuff like that, and they were sort of like 1980s. I think one of them was to commemorate the wedding of Charles and Diana, and it was a beer. I forget who the brewery was. I think it was a big brewery like Marston's, and they produced this anniversary ale or commemoration beer. And I think he actually did a review on it as well. I can't remember what the review was because it was years ago. But yeah, he had a complete job lot of old, really, really old beers. I think there was a few cans in there, but mainly like bottles.
Yeah, lots of depends on the environment, how you treat those beers. If they've been in a nice, environment, like in a dark cellar for those years, probably they will be okay to drink. Not everything, of course, you have to try, but yeah, it should be okay.
Storage is very important, isn't it? If you're aging any beer, storage is pretty critical. Light is an enemy, isn't it? I mean, if it's a clear bottle, I mean, it's just bury it in the ground, for God's sake. If it's in a clear bottle, hide it from sunlight. I saw that a soldier's food for a Korean War backpack, few powdered foods, tea biscuits. Apparently, the tea was spot on.
Yeah, tea, coffee can be all right. But I think that's it. Rest it's more vulnerable for the time, and usually they are not kept, in a good condition.
I can remember I was helping my my mum. She was having a new kitchen fitted. Again, probably going back about 7 or 8 years. She was having a new kitchen fitted, and I was helping her clear out all the bits and pieces that were in the cupboards. And she had this like corner unit, and I was clearing that out, and there was crisp packets from Walker's Crisps from back when they had bloody, when you had to see the crisps inside that clear sort of like little window. It was like 3 or 4 bags of roast chicken, and I think the date on it was 1988 or 89 or something like that. And they were tiny little bags, but plenty in there, not like what they are today. I mean, they're all puffed up, aren't they, today? You open them and there's like 6 crisps in there. There was plenty of crisps in there, and you could see them. But I was tempted to open them just to try to see what they were like. But she said, no, sling them in the bin.
Yeah, who knows? It would be, a pretty good experience.
I don't think it wouldn't hurt you, would it?
They've been sealed, right? So
yeah, they were sealed.
Like atmosphere going in. There was no oxygen, so probably they would be all right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just grab it now. I've got just talking with like aged beers.
Oh yeah,
that's the 2016. So it's my first year of doing beer reviews on YouTube. So I would have bought this. Yeah, it would have been the end of my first year, because they release it sort of like November, December. And I keep saying I'll review it one day, but I'm afraid to bloody open it now, because
because with every day it has more value.
Yeah, these are quite pricey now. I think they go up a £5 every year, or a £10 or something like that. You buy it on the year for £6, and then the following year it's like worth £12 or something like that, I think. So I might just, one of my kids might inherit it in the will or something, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You can keep it for your grandson for 18th.
Yes.
18th birthday.
Yeah. Do a beer review with him.
The Tomek Kopera, the Polish YouTuber. He always say, if you have this is a good idea for the your son's or daughter's 18th birthday. When they are born, buy a crate of Żywiec Porter or other, the Baltic Porter. Keep it in the cellar for 18 years, and then you can enjoy it now.
Yeah, that'd be something special, that wouldn't it? Mm.
This beer is as old as you.
Yeah. Is he still going, Thomas Kuipera?
Yes.
I thought, I don't know who I heard it from, but I thought he'd packed it up, or he'd moved on to a different direction now with something else.
Well, he had the spell that he said that he will not be reviewing beers anymore. He was just doing, the still doing, some stuff on internet, yes. But now he came back with shots. So I don't know.
And I mean, there's 11 people watching now. If anybody's not familiar with Thomas Kuipera, he's probably the biggest beer reviewer in the world, isn't he? From
yes.
your homeland.
Oh yes. Let me see. At the moment,
massive.
How many subscribers he has, but it's thousands.
Oh, it's over 100,000, isn't it, for him?
Let me see. At the moment,
which is a massive achievement in beer, really, when you think about it.
yeah, 143,000.
Yeah, that is absolutely phenomenal for just to be solely beer as well.
Yeah.
And it's all in Polish as well, is it? Does he do English reviews or is it all Polish?
He started a few years ago. He had like I don't know, 100 beers, but it wasn't a good viewers base, so he just stopped. He just concentrated on Polish reviews, and there was too many Polish beers to review to do like 2 reviews on every beer.
Yeah, he's absolutely massive. And to think though, and to get to them sort of like heights in subscribers from just beer, I don't think anybody else would ever achieve that. I really don't.
Not a beer to beer, no.
No. I mean, they're just silly numbers, really. Oh, hey, Brett, how you doing, mate? Evening, guys.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Hope you had a good New Year. He's a nice lad, he is, Brett.
Oh, yes.
Go and check his channel out.
Yeah, I've got
There's one for you, Christoph.
Oh. Yes, the Polish craft scene is growing, and it's very, very good. Unfortunately, I didn't get much. You can't buy many Polish beers in English online shops. Mostly it's only Browars to Mostów what you can get, which is very, very good quality.
Yeah, I'll second that with my experience with Browars to Mostów.
Yeah.
Beer merchants tend to stock quite a lot of their beers. They seem to be the most popular export from Poland over here on the craft side of things. And then you've got the likes of Dr. Brew as well, another fantastic craft brewery out of Poland. Are they Warsaw based, Christoph?
Well, I think they moved because they used to brew like contract brewing, so they've been brewing in other brewers, but now they have their own brewer. But there's so many breweries in Poland. Even in my small town in Kielce, you have a brewery. So yeah.
No, it's good. It's good to see, and even the big Polish beer as well. I think that can give the English stuff a run for its money all day long. Well, I think head and shoulders above. A can of Tyskie over something like Carlin or Foster's. I mean, that's a no-brainer, really. Even it's still big beer, but it just tastes so much better.
Yeah, I think it's much fuller, and it's much more taste in it. And sometimes it just compete with price, because quite often in Tesco, at least, you have a can, half a liter can for £1.
Yeah.
So it is a very good price, good beer. Of course, if you would compare it to some craft lager, there's no comparison. But still, it's a good beer.
Yeah. No, there are some good. I went through a little bit of a phase, and I probably will if we get a really nice hot summer, 22. Then I'll probably pop into my European Euro supermarkets and have a look and see what's knocking around, because I think when it comes to a good macro Eastern European lager, it really takes some beating, because you get that lovely bready body to it. There's nothing watery about it. It's a very lovely body on lagers that I've found from places like Poland, the Czech Republic, Romania, Slovakia, places like that.
Yeah.
That have got these breweries that used to be independent that have probably been absorbed by Carlsberg and Molson Coors, Heineken, but they still knock out a decent, a barbecue beer that I normally sort of like to call in praise.
Yeah.
Just a good knockback, simple lager. For not in the grand scheme of things, not a great deal of money more really, or sometimes you can get it for cheaper. Some of the Bulgarian lager, it's like £1 a can.
Yeah, but I'm sure that you remember that we had few craft Polish lagers together. Like it was what it was, Ale Browar.
Yeah.
No, it was a Dr. Brew and Pinta that we had.
Oh, Pinta, yes, Pinta lager. You sent me a bottle of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pinta.
So we had first aid from Dr. Brew, I think, and from Pinta, what it was.
Yeah. Out of all the beer reviewers that I know, all the beer reviewers that I know and love, probably me and Christoph, I've probably done the most collaboration reviews with out of anybody else really. We go back a long while, don't we, now, doing this?
Oh yeah, a few years now.
We used to do more than we did, years back. Obviously, I think the pandemic changed mindsets for some people.
Yeah, you know what the worst part is to find those beers, right?
Yeah.
Like the last one, it was a good idea, to have the Camden beer of the year. Well, I went to Waitrose.
Couldn't get it. Yeah.
No, I couldn't get it. Right. So, I've ordered it from them, online. Yes, I've paid everything. It's nice. Came, no, those camping cars didn't came. Oh, yeah, it's just frustrating.
It is frustrating. My logic with it is, if one Waitrose stocks it, they should all stock it. And I had exactly the same with a few comments when I did the Fuller's Vintage Ale for 2021. I'd love to try it, but it's not in my Waitrose.
Yeah,
the shelves are empty. It's not there. It's out of stock. It should be everywhere. Yeah, it's the same with any beer in any supermarket.
I can imagine that in your particular shop there's no this beer, right? But if you are ordering online, it should be available.
Yes, right? They should be able to source it better. Yeah, that's always been a little mystery of mine, and it's the same the other way around as well, where certain beers that I've seen people review, this is new in Tesco's, blah 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 brewery, £3 a can. Sounds interesting. Go down to my Tesco's, have a look.
Nah,
it's not there. It's the old beers still. It's not there. I just find it weird how a company of that size and their logistics avenues are massive. Why they can't do it for everything? It's like, I don't know. It just baffles me. Weird. Yeah, never understood it.
Yeah, but if you are thinking about Polish beers, I will have a spell of a few Polish beers. Maybe not so crafty, but kind of. Miłosław, so it's from Browar Fortuna. Nice beers, definitely very enjoyable, easy drinking. I've bought like a box with a glass for like 25 zloty, so £5. Plus five beers with a glass.
You'd pay a fiver for the glass, though, wouldn't you? Over here. I mean, that's sort of money.
Just a simple pint glass, but yeah.
And then you get 5 beers on top of it.
Uh-huh.
Can't argue with that, can you? Really, for that price? And that's a presentation box as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is a different word. You know, like you go into the Polish Lidls and it's full of craft beer, right? Not like here that they have their own range, a few bottles, and then maybe from time to time they have some like a Polish week or whatever, right? Or Scottish week, and they have like few extra beers. No, you have like now in Tesco, whole shelf, right? Craft beers.
Yeah.
From different breweries. But unfortunately, when I was in Poland last time, the local Lidl's was struck by lightning and burned down.
Bit like the brewery from
yeah.
Good Things Brewing Co. The same scenario.
The same thing, yes. So unfortunately, I had no access, because I would need to like travel, to half of the town, and I wasn't really keen on doing this. So I went to the local discount and bought a nice Miłosław box.
I like the Staropolski beers that I tried though. I thought they were all fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the wheat beer. I think I reviewed that when we had that heat wave last year. When we had that week where it just went. I think it got up to like 32 degrees. It was just mad for a week, and I can remember buying I think I bought 3 or 4 Staropolski beers, and I thought, I'm definitely having the wheat beer. It was red hot. You come home from work, a quick shower, put some fresh clothes on, go and sit out in the garden for the evening, flip top Staropolski bottle, wheat beer.
Yeah.
I think it lasted about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the best part of this, because you can close the bottle and wait. You will not lose any carbonation.
Yeah. Well, talking of things like that, I am going to do a review on it. I got this for Christmas.
All right.
The Hermitage, which is a sealer. So if you've got a big bottle of beer and you can't manage it all in one sitting, you just put that. If you've got a cap, you just put that over the top of it to seal it. But I might do a little video of that actually.
Yeah, why not?
What European countries do the best craft beer in your opinions, apart from the UK?
The best, every country do some nice craft beers. Surprisingly, Italy is big for craft beers, but we don't get any almost here.
Yeah, the craft brewery that springs to mind from Italy would be Crack Brewery. Out of, I think they're on the fringes of like Venice, they're around that sort of neck of the woods. Honest Brew or Beer Merchant stock quite a bit of crack stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good shout from Italy. Spain, Garage Beer Co. What's the other one?
Well, of course, whole Scandinavia, they're doing fantastic beers.
Yeah, especially dark stuff. I think they've got that wrapped up, haven't they, the Scandinavians?
Yeah. Like Danish, Norwegian, or Swedish beers are, even Finland, right? Estonia, they're making very good beers.
Well, you've got. Is it Pawala? Is it? Are they out of Estonia? I've got a bottle of beer.
I just forgot how it's called, but
think they're Estonian. I'm sure of it. These guys.
Oh yeah, Pochlaya.
Yeah, Imperial Baltic Porter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the font's really small on there. I'm sure they're Estonian. They're all jumping on the bandwagon now, though, and I think it's great. I really do think it's great. I mean, there's been a few arguments where you've got like German craft beer.
Yeah, it exists, but you know, the Germans are really traditionalist, and they. I had my wife's cousin here in England. I've took him to the Durham Brewery's, birthday party, right? So we had different beers. Well, he liked all of them, yes, but he said, "Well, it's not a real beer because they added so many things to it." So they really think about 4 ingredients, it's nothing else, right? The whole craft is how to use those 4 ingredients to make a superb beer. Maybe they would think about a wheat beer as a kind of classic, right? But nothing else. Nothing. Lager, different lagers, and wheat beer. That's it. Don't change it.
I can remember trying. I forget who it was from. I think I'm guessing they were on the cusp of a German craft brewery, and it was their take on an English bitter, and it was absolutely dreadful. It was horrible. It was bitter. I mean, a stringent bitterness that, I think their idea of bitter, they took it to a next level, and it was horrible. But yeah, like you say, when it comes to any sort of variation of a lager, really, you can't go wrong with German beers, really. Yeah. They don't need to mess about with
it. It's the same with Belgians. They don't see any need for changing. They have
no need.
They own super beers, and that's it. They like it.
Yeah.
They don't want to change.
Yeah, it is what it is with them 2 countries as well. They're steeped in tradition. They've got no plans on changing, which is good. We don't want to see them beers getting manipulated. Keep them as they are, because I think we do appreciate their beers.
Czechs, they have very similar approach. Of course, they have their own craft breweries, but they are really into their own style of beers, and that's it.
Yeah. Yes, I did, Chris, mate. Garage Beer. I love what they do out of Barcelona. I've got I've reviewed quite a few beers for them in the past. I've got a collab to come up with. They collabed up with other half out of the States for their soup IPA. So I've got that one. That was a Trembling Madness order again from them. Garage are fantastic. Really good. There's another brewery as well that I think they're Barcelona based as well, and they knock out some good beers.
Yeah, that's really a shame that we don't have much of exposure to the other European
Napa beer.
Oh yeah, to different countries, like Spain or Italy. They're doing fantastic beers, but they're not coming here.
Yeah, it needs. I suppose it's the other way around as well, isn't it? They probably heard of what's going on in this country, and they've probably got the same problems in front of them, where they've heard of like Verdant, Daya, Cloudwater, Track, Wylam.
Yeah,
all these good UK breweries making some fantastic IPAs, and they're probably, I'd love to try that. And again, going further afield with America.
Yeah, maybe they had some contact with Brewdog, because Brewdog is expanding the network of the pubs. So even in Warsaw, you have a Brewdog pub.
I tell you what pissed me off about Brewdog. Their website, for ages and ages, you could go onto their website and you could. There was a guest beers page.
Yes.
And they used to get some beers from all over the place. Some of them you'd never heard of before.
Oh yeah, I remember I had some Polish beers.
Yeah, all over the place. I mean, because of their connections now, they were getting some beers in from America that I hadn't heard of before, and now all that stopped. You go onto their website, there's no guest beers at all,
no,
other than collabs.
No, there's nothing there. And
I don't understand that.
I would say that like navigation on the website is like strange, because it used to be very simple. You go into your headliners, the strange ones, the IPs. Yeah. Everything was easy. But now you can't find anything.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one why they've come to that sort of arrangement where they've ditched having a guest beer appearance, because they've got so much of a reach now. They've got the ability to get these sort of beers over in quantities.
Yeah,
but they've just knocked it all on the head, and it's a shame. And yeah, and I agree with you with the website, how they've trying to navigate through that website. It's a little bit of a headache sometimes. And it's the same with Beers of Europe as well. That when they changed their website, it's terrible now. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they're focused on selling whole boxes, not you to choose 1 or 3 beers.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that choice where you can go onto a website and you can select the beers that you want, and you're not committed to buying 12-pack of the same beer.
Yeah, that's the beauty. I've sent you like 2 beers that I want to send you, right? Without ordering whole pack or whatever.
Yeah,
because I send you straight from brewery.
Straight from the brewery. And more breweries should do that, where you can click onto it and you can almost build your own box if you need to do that, or if you just want to buy 1 can or 2 cans, that option should be there. And have the whole selection at your choice, so you can think, well, yeah, I'll buy that can, I'll leave that one, I'll buy that can. You know what I mean? And then you end up building your own box, and whether you've got 4 beers or 6 beers or 8 beers, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Where you pin down to sort of like a 12-pack or a 20 pack. I just come straight off it. If I'll have a look online, see if they're doing singles.
Well, for us, we would like to have 12 different beers than 12 pack of 1.
Yeah, but it's just that I don't know. It's choice, isn't it? Variety, choice, something new, something different.
Well, like I've ordered from Double Barrel. I've ordered 10 beers. Every single one was different, and there was no problem to order such a thing.
Yeah, which is good. I think that's more of an appeal to you, though, and I think you'll go back when you know you can do it once. You'll do it again.
Yeah.
And that's that. I think that's why I really love Trembling Madness. I really love what they do. They keep everything. They're up to date on a weekly basis, or daily basis for that matter, actually, with new beers coming in, constantly rotating, and they've got so much choice. And I just find that's just beer heaven for me, because I can have some of the new stuff, I can have some of the old stuff, I can have some of the traditional stuff from abroad. They cater for everybody.
Yeah.
And the shipping's amazing. You can order, I think as long as you order before 1 o'clock, you'll get it the next day.
Yeah,
no brainer.
nowadays, I think it will be more and more push to order online, because really you want the different beers. What you can get in supermarkets is just a very narrow slice of what you can get online.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've always said I'll always bang on the drum for both sectors, with the supermarket stuff and the online stuff. I bang the drum for both because I think it's good. I think it's good for the whole industry as a whole to have that affordable choice in the supermarket for everybody. And it's the way I look at it is it's a gateway. If you're new to craft beer, you see all these beautiful, pretty looking cans on the supermarket shelves. You dip your toes in the water and try a few and you like it. Then you venture on, don't you? You start exploring a little bit more. So it's a gateway to open a new world up.
Yeah, quite often you first time you see such a different brewery, right? What it is, and you start to looking for it.
Yeah.
I
was like that. I was when I started watching people 8 years ago that were doing beer reviews. Doff the captor, the hop zine for that, and some of the beers that he was reviewing, and then like Thornbridge beers, they were only available in one supermarket when I started doing it, and that was Waitrose. And I'd see all these new beers, and I was like, oh wow, that one sounds really good. A black IPA, whoa, that a Munich lager. It was, I don't know, it was the excitement of not knowing what you were going to be opening to a certain degree as well.
Yeah.
And the flavour for drinking, for a guy that used to drink Peroni, week after week, and Beck's and Bass, beers like that. And then to find these new sort of like beers and tasting them and getting these flavors from them, it was an eye opener, mate. And I've never looked back. I've never looked back to this day.
Yeah, it's completely different word.
Yeah, some would say beer snob. I don't. I wouldn't say I'm a beer snob at all. I'm still quite grounded as a person, but I just appreciate there's flavour in it at the end of the day.
You know what? I think we are more enthusiasts than snob. It doesn't care really about the beer. It cares about the opinion of him as a knowledgeable man.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't care. It can be bad beer. It can be good beer. I like to try it. So it doesn't matter what it will be. I like a new experience. So even if I will speak with someone who doesn't know any beer, or just drink, Peroni and Budweiser, I said, well, try a different one. Why not? What else you like? Oh, I like red wine. Well, I know the beers that taste like red wine. Would you like to try them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't believe me. No. Like, you know what? Would you like the beer that tastes coffee, chocolate, raisins, maybe a little bit of fig or plum, with the nice warming sensation in your throat and everything? Oh, is it? Yes, it's very common. No.
It's the moment, isn't it? Beer of this caliber puts you in a moment, where the big beer, it's so disposable and so throwaway, isn't it?
Yeah.
You drink it, drink, put down, drink, put down. It's so robotic. You just drink it for the sake of drinking it. with beers like this, it's moment. It's just the moment for me. It's the moment.
Yeah, these beers are to enjoy, right? To spend a little bit of time to enjoy them, right?
Yes, definitely. It's not beer snob. It's quantity. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's quality. It's about quality. It's about sourcing quality, tasting quality, and enjoying it, and respecting it and
Yeah,
appreciating
I
it.
always say if they are asking me, I always say it doesn't matter what percentage on the beer is. I like also very weak beers. If it's full of flavor, I don't care.
Yeah,
Can be 2%. If it's nice, full of flavor, I like it.
you like it. Yeah. Loving beer quality isn't a sin. It's exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It's a journey. Yeah, it's a journey. Some people will
That's why
get it.
we
Some
are
people
here.
won't.
Yes.
You know. I know my wife and kids, they look at me sometimes and they, it's an obsession to a certain degree. It has become an obsession.
Yeah, because
But
you are,
I enjoy it.
yeah,
I'm not doing it for the sake of doing it. It is, genuinely, it's a passion. It's a desire to want to piss about on your phone for half an hour going through various websites to see what's available and stuff like
and
that.
it's always like you go into the shop, just looking on the shelves, right? And they say, "Oh, key freeze," right? Well, I like to see what's there. I like to make a choice. Do you really need to spend so much money for the beer that I know that I like, but I had already? Oh, I should try this one that I have no idea about what it is. Probably it's some shit, but it's more, so tempting because it's new, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's something you haven't seen. You haven't tried it before. You haven't seen it before, and automatically you're reeled in. You're
Yeah,
just reeled into it. It might be a crock of shit. Yeah, it might be absolute rubbish. On the other hand, it might be sort of like, I don't know, bargain beer of the year or something like that. You never know. But you've got to be willing enough to try it, haven't you?
Oh yes, and quite often I'm tricked of the change the labels. So I'm like, oh, it looks different, right? Is it? Did I had this beer already or not? If you had already like a few thousand beers, you can't remember every single name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you do. You lose track.
you're coming home, right? You're like, let me see. I'm checking. Oh wow, this name is is on the channel already.
Yeah.
Should
Well,
I try it again?
you've been going for a long time as well, Christoph. And have you got to that point now where you have to double check your channel sometimes to find out if you've
Yes.
actually reviewed it or not?
Yeah. And speaking of this, I had like I've bought a beer, I've reviewed it again, and I've just realized when I've started to editing, right? Like, wait a second. I'm sure that I had this beer before. Right? I've checked again. Yes, it is there. Right? And it was a year ago. Right?
Yeah.
Right. What I need to do now to not to waste this material, what I have, right? I've spent money, right? I've spent time. How not to waste it? Should I just put revisited? No, it would be too simple. So I was thinking, I've put a lot of work to it, and I've done from the full-fledged review, I've done a shot. 59 seconds. You need to see it tomorrow.
Okay.
Right, so it will be at 8 o'clock online, lots of work to cut out everything almost from it. I left only a few words. Well, but I think it will be fun to see.
Well, I suppose you've utilised what you had to do, didn't you? So, well, fair play to you.
Lots of work.
Chris's beer review says that's the great thing about craft beers. So there are so many new tastes to explore with flavour compared to macro stuff. It's not being a beer. No, it's not.
It's not. You know what? It's the same with those beers. We know the brewery, right? You can't find it on the supermarket shelves, but we know the brewery. So this was discovery. We never had these beers before, and they were fantastic.
Yeah, they've got that. I mean, as North goes for a brewery, they've got a sterling reputation anyway. They always have. Yeah. They a lot of people speak very highly of North beers. They do. They've got a good balance. They're one of these, what I call a good all-rounder brewery, where they can dip their toes in various styles and come up with the goods.
And they're doing a lot of collaborations, so they have different influences.
Yeah, and likewise with collabing up with Good Things Brewing. Yeah. I mean that's quite a nice thing to do. I'm not too sure if this was actually brewed before the disaster at Good Things or not, but all the same, if they're giving them a helping hand because of obviously not being able to brew at their home base, I think it's really good. It's a nice little sort of get together. Chris says absolutely to Ted. Definitely said I much prefer to have 2 great beers as opposed to 8 crap. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with that now. I'm quite happy with, even if I've only had 1 really good can of beer in the evening, I'm happy with that. I don't feel like I need to have any more, opposed to sort of just knocking them back for the sake of it. Sorry, Popcorn. Evening, Dean. Wishing I was thinking of you rather than sitting at work, contempting my. Dear me, one of them nights, is it, mate? Ooh. Well, you can go to town when you've got your day off. I'm sure of it.
You know what? Those beers are getting better and better with every sip.
I mean, this is. I've finished the triple IPA now, but this is coming into its own now. This is. It's very indulgent, isn't it?
Yeah. It has a nice balance between sweetness and bitterness. Because now bitterness is a little bit more exposed. It just lays on back of your throat, and then just
I just love that syrupy stickiness in there. That's just everywhere. That just coats the entire mouth.
Yeah.
It's it's burnt sugary almost as well, or molasses maybe. Dry fruits. That's cracking. I think they're both really, really good beers. Have you got a favourite out of the 2, Christoph?
No, they are so different. Because the triple IPA, it's so nice and refreshing and juicy that you would never say that it's 10%.
No.
Barley wine, yes, you can say that it's heavier, indulgent, very relaxing, like you can put your feet next to the fireplace and just enjoy.
Yeah, it would fall into that category.
But still, I would say it's quite light.
I love it.
And very easy drinking.
I think both beers are neck and neck, really. I wouldn't say I've got a clear favourite out there. They're both exceptional, well-made beers, in my opinion. Crazy that they're 10% beers, and it's like, you know, I mean, especially for that triple IPA, that is bloody so drinkable. It's scary. You have to pinch yourself sometimes because it's so drinkable. The barley wine commands a little bit more respect, doesn't it?
Oh yes, yes.
But yeah, great, both fantastic beers. Hey, Scott's back. Yes, yeah, still yakking away, mate. You're getting a headache. What we were saying earlier on, though, about, I mean, Christoph was doing a little bit of editing on his videos.
Oh yes.
That's something I don't bother with at all. But I know you can get certain pleasures from doing things like that, where you knit bits and pieces together on a video.
Yeah,
you know,
like this video actually was like 4 minutes, right? So it was fairly short anyway, and I've shrunk it to 1 minute.
Yeah, no, it's an achievement, that is, mate. As I'm getting older, I don't drink to get drunk. It's an exploration for me. The last 4 years has been a real eye opener in just how amazing. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I think as soon as you fall down that rabbit hole, you never get back out of it. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you want to. I want to keep going down and down and down and exploring, going down different avenues of beer.
From this point of view, I want to like teach my kids, right, that there are different styles. Doesn't matter what they choose. They know that, you know, the whole world of beer or different alcohols is so wide that can, you know, find something for them, right?
Yeah.
And it will be shortly on online. They've done like a comparison video of Weston's vintage ciders with my son, right? So we had 3 major.
Is that the son that you did the day video with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 3 different Weston ciders plus cider from Lidl's, made by Weston's, right? Also vintage 2020. So I was wondering, is it fits with, you know, one of them, right? No, all 4 are different. But it is interesting to find, you know, the point of view of the young person that has like limited experience with alcohol, right, and ciders, and finding things that you would like take it for granted, right?
Yeah. It's the same with everything, though, isn't it? You know, you can have egg and chips for a tea, you know, and it'll do the job. You'll eat it, you'll enjoy it, it'll fill you up. Or you can have steak and chips, and then it's a completely different ball game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But equally, the purpose is the same still, but it's just the experience is different, isn't it?
Oh yes. Sometimes you know, he was coming from, like, he was in friend's birthday party, and they had some drink with parents, and they had some whiskey, right? And when he was trying whiskey, I'm like, nice flavors. He was talking about what he's experiencing, and you know, like, parents were like, "Oh, you can drink. You know what it is. You can enjoy it." Like, yes, I know this stuff.
Damn right.
Yeah, so young person that can enjoy it, right? Not to just well.
Yeah, it was salty popcorn. It was absolutely terrific, really. I mean, like I said on the video, pricey, really, really pricey, and out of my comfort zone, shall I say, on a normal basis of buying them sort of beers. But it was a nice drinking experience, I will say. Yeah, lived up to the price tag. Hey, Scott, what's Dean, mate? Honestly, I spent 4 hours brewing today, and I have got the bastards down to 32 mins. I could sit and cry. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. It is what it is, mate. If it's 32 minutes, it's 32 minutes, isn't it? I'm sure it's going to be entertaining anyway, and there'll be a few F's and Jeffs in there, wouldn't there, knowing you?
Well, you will see. You will see.
Never say never, mate. Never say never. It's a learning curve, isn't it? You're so happen to do it. You're filming yourself doing it. But I'm sure there's guys out there that have gone through exactly the same process where they've
I'm sure you will be better with every next attempt.
Yeah, that's it. It's learning curve, mate. Trial and error. So Cannon says evening wonder. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, mate.
He edited out everything.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep.
No, it just got out.
I've never been into it. I tried it years and years ago, and I gave up with it. Yeah. Too much like headache to me. But I appreciate that people get a kick out of it, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Again, it's part of the geekiness and the hobby side of things. If you've got a passion for something, you do it, don't you? That's what it's all about.
Well, at least you know what you're putting in, right? If you're doing like your own wine or everything, you know what you've put in.
Yeah.
You know the ingredients. So, and it is a special thing when you like putting fruits from your garden to your wine, and my own. I know that like my father-in-law was making nice infusions, everything fresh, everything from his garden. Very nice, natural, full of flavor. Well, he was very proud of it.
Yeah, a little bit more of that extra special TLC goes into things like that. You want to do a comparison with a bottle of punk or a can of punk when you finally finish brewing it and it's ready to go. Do a comparison, and then you know where you're at then with what you've made and what it's like in the bottle or can. I'm trying to be good. I'm getting.
Yeah, in good way, yes. And then you can make a smoked beer. Why not?
8-hour brew. Good evening, all. I'm off to search for chimney. Oh, yeah. Thanks for stopping by anyway, Ted. All the best, mate.
Yeah.
Stay safe, buddy. I do like it when you get that little trickle of interaction from people that are watching. Just keeps you ticking over that little bit more, and I do like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more natural because really the drinking beer is to socialize, isn't it?
Mm.
So we can have a conversation with each other, but it's better to have a little bit more. It's whole pub, sitting next to you, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just nice. It is to hear from people and thoughts and opinions, like with Scott with his brewing and stuff like that. It's another little sideline. It's a little story to follow up on. And it just make conversation, doesn't it? And it's good.
Yeah.
Whereas you try and have a conversation with my daughters and they've just got their fucking heads in their phones. and you're saying, right, okay, have you tidied your room? Have you brought your washing down? What? Excuse me, I'm talking.
Yeah, I've sent you story.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were like that today. We went out for the day. We went down to Coventry, and they were like that in the car. I was looking in the mirror. I was going down the motorway, and I was talking to them, and I was having a full blown conversation with myself because they weren't listening to anything I was saying. They just had their heads buried in the phones, playing bloody, I don't know, whatever they were playing. I just gave up then.
Yes. Yeah, I've been to cinema recently watching the new Matrix, and it's all about this. The people are too busy with the phones, with the the social networks, than to speak with real people.
Yeah, there's nothing better, is it? I know I've said before. I mean, if Scott's still watching, we'll message each other, and then in the end, it'll either be me or him, and he'll go, "Oh, sod this! I'm going to ring you, and we're going to have a conversation because I'm fed up with typing."
Yeah.
But I've seen it do that. I've seen it speak because you can say what you think, can't you? And opposed to bloody typing a load of words out. Just enjoying the new Bristol Brewery creme brulee stout. It was very good. There. Have you tried anything from them, Christoph?
No, I didn't get any beer from Bristol Brewery.
Beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. Their stouts, they're just something else. They really are. Adjunct heavy beers, but just phenomenal in flavour and taste. Really, really good. If you can't get hold of any, mate, I'll see what I can do, and I can send you some your way because I think you'd be quite pleased with some of their offerings that they're doing.
I will check them over, because sometimes it's a very annoying thing that you're going on a brewery site and they say they're selling only 24 packs.
Yeah, not interested in any of that.
Yeah.
But Sid, I don't get people living on. Yeah, they do. It's like it now. I mean, when my daughter goes to school, she'll a few of her friends will call for her in the morning, and they'll walk around to the school, and they'll come into the kitchen in the morning, and they're just like that, just typing away whatever they're doing, TikTok and all that bollocks. Morning, nothing. Their social sort of experience is completely fucking zero.
Yeah, but you know what? It just they changed even like sign language, because it used to be that you're calling someone, isn't it? No, it doesn't exist anymore.
Is that what it is now? Nah, that's still a phone to me in my book.
Yeah.
The old BT adverts with Bob Hoskins. It's good to talk. Yeah,
not anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't understand why people are walking now on the street with phones like sticking, like this, and like which direction you're pointing this?
Yeah, yeah. I've noticed that as well with like people, and they're talking to someone. They've got it on loudspeaker, and they're like sort of like that away from. I think you just put it to your bloody ear, for God's sake. If you're walking down a high street in a town, why do you want everybody else to know what you're talking about? Just put it to your goddamn ear and have a conversation, for God's sake. Yeah, I don't know. Way of the world, mate. I said we're all gits now, aren't we? We suppose we've got that right where we can moan a little bit now about things.
Yeah, good old things, isn't it?
Grumpy. That's what my kids call me. He said, "Yeah, you're grumpy, you are now." No, I'm not. I can be quite comical and funny sometimes, but I just don't buy into any of that rubbish. What's Chris have to say? Long gone are the days having a phone with a curly wire.
Oh
yeah. Ask him. Yeah, Dad, is it all right for me, mate? See if you can come out and play football later. Yeah, as long as you're quick and as long as it's after. What was the? It was after 6, was it? You got cheaper rates, didn't you? After 6 or something like that.
Well, anyway, it was a good time that you had to like call your children out of outside, then pushing them outside, like nowadays.
Yeah.
No, have a walk, have some air.
Yeah. Oh my God, I go absolutely stir crazy now. Just sitting in your bedroom, just festering in front of a bloody TV. Where I was out all the time when I was a kid. It was just constant climbing trees, building dens, playing football. It was everything outside.
You've been going home when it was dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just changed, hasn't it? The world's changed, really. I don't know if it's for the better or the worse, but I can't really relate to it, to be honest.
It's something completely different now.
Yeah. It's upsetting, isn't it? In a way, a little bit upsetting when feel like we've lost a little bit of something. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think it's different approach to technology at the moment.
Well, you call it moaning. We're just being honest, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input anyway, all the same. I'm always out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, definitely, mate. Yeah, Victor Meldrew's. Yeah, the Victor Meldrew live hangout.
Yeah, you know what? I have the same experience with the car, right? For my father, car was some luxury. You could, take it once a week, for the church, and it was always nicely washed and, cared. But for me, it's just like everyday tool. I don't bother even to wash. What's the point? Because it's raining every day. So
You pour that elbow grease in for nothing, don't you? Because it pisses down the rain the next day. I don't have a bloody cell phone. I still use the old-fashioned landline.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah, lucky you, mate. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Antique in the house, that is now, isn't it? I'm a celebrity of a traditional red phone box, but the young ones of this year don't know. Oh, bloody hell, the old red phone box, yeah. British icon.
Yeah.
British icon.
You know what? You can go to like old maybe tourist attractions, and then you will have a traditional red box, so people can have nice photos. Is it working? Well, I don't know, but yeah, it is a tourist attraction at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few. I think there's a few people up and down the country that have got them. They've probably paid quite a big price to acquire one, and they've got it perched in their back garden somewhere. They used to be everywhere, didn't they? They used to be literally everywhere.
Oh yeah, every corner. Yeah, it's like the pubs. Yeah, they were on every corner. Now,
pubs. Yeah, Jesus, the demise of pubs. I mean, even some of the villages around my sort of area, small little villages used to have like 2 or 3 pubs in. And now they're lucky to even have one now. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, because you know what? I think the quality of those beers, like a mainstream beers, are getting lower and lower. So people are buying in supermarkets. It's much cheaper.
Yeah.
They still have a drink.
Mm.
They want to go out. Well, they will go out, but then they don't think about the pub as a usual thing, like a usual place to socialize.
Mm.
Just like from time to time now. It used to be like every evening you're going out and to meet your friends and have a chat, have a few beers, and go home.
Yeah. Well, I know. I can remember when I first left school in the early 90s, and I got my first ever job working in a plastics factory. And the rule of thumb there was every night they'd knock off at 4 or 5 o'clock, and you'd go to the pub for a pint just to switch off and wind down a little bit with
Yeah,
the people that you've been around with for 8 hours. I don't know if that stuff still happens or anything like that. I mean, I don't participate with anything like that now. I go to the pub occasionally, but not as much as what I used to. But before, it was a sort of like it was set in stone almost,
yeah.
and especially on a Friday, Friday after work, if you manage to get out a little bit early, straight down the pub and have a few with your mates.
Yeah. Oh yes, I was using them quite
Oh,
often.
God. Bloody hell, yeah. What's a pub?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like going to country pubs, the old like thatched roofs and stuff like that, home cooked food, and a decent pint of real ale.
Well, when I was young, it was like some beer places. Really, it wasn't a pub because it was like more like a small restaurant. It was more like a drinking facility.
Yeah.
Definitely something different than the English pub, right?
What's your take on an old English pub though?
Old fashioned, strange, but climatic.
Yeah. You like the experience though, yeah? Of
Yeah,
like
it's,
an oldie
it's
worldy.
something different. It's
Yeah.
something different,
Yeah.
quite warm environment. You can have lots of people, especially when you have a nice furniture and and it's stylish. Because some of them are just rubbish, and you would not stay there 5 minutes. But if it's like traditional old style pub, it's really treat to spend some time there.
Yeah, I've always wondered what the of a proper oldie worldy pub, middle of nowhere, out in the sticks. What a person from overseas would think of it, with like, especially this sort of time of year where it's a little bit colder. You've got the log fires going. You've got the wooden beams.
You know what? It's like the old inn, right? You
Yes,
have this
yeah,
kind of warming family, a little bit, environment, and yeah, it's like welcoming. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
yeah, yeah. There's not many around, unfortunately. But I mean, yeah, I suppose it all depends on whereabouts you live, doesn't it? With if you're out in the countryside. I mean, I'm quite lucky to a certain degree that there's a hell of a lot of villages around my way where they've got these old pubs still in existence. It's amazing how they're still going, but all the same, you go into them and it's all low roofs, You know, you can smell the coal.
Yeah, but you know what? In such old pubs, you have like designated places. If someone new will come and sit, someone like no, mate, you have to go. It's a John's place,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
And then 5 minutes later comes John, 80 years old, comes there, have a pint and a newspaper, and spends there like half an hour having a pint. Okay, there. And he comes back, in 2 hours' time and have another pint. Yeah.
And it's a lot like as well. I've actually experienced the exact same situation with American Werewolf in London, where they go into that Slaughtered Lamb pub in Yorkshire, isn't it? So it's and they walk in there and they're outsiders, and everything goes quiet. And everybody, all the people that are sitting on the tables or the dartboard or playing pool, everything stops and they look around and stare at you. I've actually had that happen to me before. In some of these pubs in bloody villages, middle of nowhere, and he's not from around here, and they look at you and everything's quiet for about 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they go back to normal and stuff, they're just sussing you out, saying, well, hang on a minute, you're not from around here. When they tap you on the shoulder and say, keep to the road, that's when you've got to worry. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up now anyway. That's enough. Yes. We'll call it a day now.
All right.
Yeah. Big thank you to that man for gifting me these beers.
Well, you know what? They were very enjoyable.
They were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for the people that have contributed towards this stream tonight with comments and stuff. It's much appreciated. So yeah, take it easy. See you on the next one.
Yeah.
Ciao.